These are two British boxers. This is going to be history. You would think it has to be in the UK, but of course, as we know, money talks.
How very dare you at 7:40 in the morning suggesting that money dictates what happens in boxing. Absolutely money talks. And Eddie Hearn, one of the promoters, and Bob Arum, one of the other promoters, and Frank Warren, one of the other promoters, they've all said, wouldn't it be great if it was in Britain, if it was in an outdoor stadium? However, the next sentence says, but they can make twice the amount of money for going on the road. And there's...
Who wouldn't, exactly? I mean, we had 1,000 fans there last night. It doesn't seem like an awful lot when you compare to previous years. What was that atmosphere like? Sum that up for me.
Well, it was really strange because all night long the atmosphere was a little bit subdued. I was a bit, I thought, hold on a minute, are these different types of fans? Are these literally lucky lottery winners who have the old Empire Pool building into some kind of cauldron? And I could see from where I was sitting very close to ringside with Mike Costello, I could see that when he got in the ring, Pulev, he was breathing heavy. I have no idea what would have happened if he'd have walked out in front of 90,000 people at Wembley Stadium. It might have ended in 6 and 7, as somebody predicted.
Steve Bunce, a pleasure as always. Look, go and get yourself a much-needed cup of coffee or a good sleep. You must be absolutely knackered now. Great chatting to you.
Thank you.
Do you know what? It's also worth having a listen to the podcast on BBC 5 Live with Steve Bunce and Mike Costello. Mike is in the back of a taxi with a face mask on, and still they managed to sum up just the drama of last night fantastically.
I want whatever he's
I was just going to say, Steve Bunce doesn't need a coffee.
No.
He's woken us all up.
He does not sleep.
Yeah, he's great. I love that enthusiasm at this time of the morning.
Can we have a bit of that?
Yeah.
Please.
Get it on tap here. We need it.
Thanks,
Talking about enthusiasm,
yes.
they have cha-cha'd, jived and quick-stepped their way into the semi-finals. But for one couple tonight, their dreams of lifting the Strictly Come Dancing Glitter Ball trophy will be over.
Yeah, after 8 weeks of the competition, the remaining 5 contenders took to the dance floor twice in last night's show. Here are some of the highlights.
When you dance, it feels like an extra light goes on here because it's just... There is a definite growth. I can see from your posture, from everything that you have opened up. I think you have an epic attitude, an attack to what you do.
Fabulous. Well, I've been waiting all series for that. Thank you.
All too good.
I'm exhausted just watching.
So who's safe and who is at risk? Heidi Stevens has been blogging this year's competition for The Guardian online. Morning, Heidi. Lovely to see you this morning.
Morning.
Good morning, Sally and Ben. How are you both?
We're great, but as the dust settles on last night, what are your thoughts? Who is safe?
It's a really difficult one. I think Maisie and Harvey are definitely safe. They both had a really good night last night, and they both absolutely deserve to be in the final. But of the other 3, of Jamie and Bill and Ranveer, I think any 2 of those could be in the dance off tonight. And I also think that they all made mistakes, so any one of them could improve enough to save themselves. So I think it's going to be a really interesting result show.
Heidi, we looked at some of the highlights last night, but what stood out for you? What were the moments that made you wow last night?
I mean, there were 2 lovely waltzes. We had a really nice classic waltz from Ranveer. We had a lovely Viennese from Maisie and Gorka. 2 really nice Charlestons as well. It's unusual to see the Charlestons still this late in the competition. Normally people have done it earlier, but both Bill and Harvey did a great Charleston. And I also think there should be a special mention last night for Giovanni's sailor outfit, which was really quite something.
You noticed that, did you? Interesting, yeah.
I mean, how could you not?
Tell me this, though. When people actually pick up their phone to vote, are they voting for the best dancer or are they voting on something else? Are they voting with their hearts because they love the couple or the dynamic or the person?
Totally. I mean, we've seen from previous winners in previous years, it's actually really rarely that the best dancer wins. People have their favourites. People like, the journey. People want to see people improve. And I think 2 really good examples of that this year are Ranveer and Giovanni and Bill, and been an absolute sparkly light in a difficult year. So I'm delighted that they've got through it. And what an incredible achievement that's been.
We've just been watching pictures, actually, of Bill and Oti and Ranveer and Giovanni dancing, and there is something, I know you've mentioned them, there's something about Ranveer and something about Bill that people have just taken them to their hearts, haven't they? And I think a lot of the time, it's great when you can see someone who's a good dancer dancing, but what we really like to see is someone who gets better every week.
Definitely. That improvement is really important because I think we can all see a little bit of ourselves in that. You know, most of us aren't great dancers, but with hard work and practice, all of us would get better. And I think that's what a lot of people see in Ranveer and Bill is that improvement, that dedication, that hard work. You know, of course, there's an element of natural talent in there, but they've both come such a long way, and that's such a lovely thing to watch.
So predictions for next week to put
well, I think,
go on, give us a name.
It's so hard this year, but I'm going to say Bill Bailey.
Oh, what? Hang on, prediction for what though? To be there or not
to
be
win?
there?
To win. No,
to win.
I think he's going to win it.
The competition.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I think we might lose Jamie this evening, and I think Bill's going to take it on the night.
Isn't that interesting? So you feel that this year, more than any year, people are more likely to vote for that person that they love, rather than perhaps, there are a couple of other really brilliant, Harvey, Maisie, brilliant dancers.
Yeah, no, I really think that's what's going to happen. I think it's going to be a people's win this year, and I think it's going to be Bill. Might be Ranveer, but I think it's going to be Bill.
We will hold you to that.
Ask me in a week, I'll be wrong with that.
We'll get you back next week. Heidi, so lovely to see you. Thanks so much.
You're very welcome. Lovely to see you guys.
I love them both. I love Bill and I love Ranveer.
You're right,
So
though. It's about
difficult.
the journey, isn't it? And we talk about that a lot, but they are genuinely loving it. They've genuinely improved and just look like they are having the best time.
Yeah, been gorgeous to watch.
Exactly what we need.
And the Strictly Come Dancing results show will be on BBC One tonight at 7:30.
Yeah, the all-important one. Stav has a look at the weather for us now.